Yesterday's NBA games exceeded expectations, and here's why. So, obviously, we didn't have the Lakers playing yesterday. We didn't have the Warriors playing yesterday. We didn't have that many star power going on yesterday. But what we did have is some great games that ended up happening and went down to the wire. For example, the 3 games I'm going to be talking about today. The Kings going up against the Heat, which I didn't really get to watch much, but it was insane. Then the Suns and the Sixers game, that was an interesting game. And then we had the Clippers Timberwolves game, and that was also a great game. First, let's start it off with the Clippers and Timberwolves. The Clippers came into this game and they were on hots. Like the way they started the game, it was at a point 45-25 lead. I mean, the Timberwolves really fell behind. The Clippers came in swinging. Nas Reed said at the end of the game, they need to figure out a way to start games better. And the greatest thing that happened this game is Anthony Edwards took matters to his own hands. Like I said in my last video, I think it was, or 2 videos ago, I was speaking about Anthony Edwards. There is a time in the game where Edwards needs to find his own shot. He needs to hunt for it. And not only that, he also needs to make plays that help his teammates. He needs to hunt for shots that he can create for his teammates as well. He needs to find a way to play make. And I feel like he's trying to find that balance of taking a certain amount of threes a game, going to the paint and playing his game that made him so dominant and so much of a threat against every other team last year. Also trying to create for his teammates and play the game the right way. And I feel like since this is the first time he is the main guy on the team without any help, without any real offensive threat in another player like a Karl Anthony Towns who he had last year since he's been in the league, it's been a year that has required him to develop, and it's been a process. But you see the last 2 games, he's been figuring it out. I mean, he made it work. First game, 50-something points in the loss, but I think it was to the Pistons. Was it to the Pistons? Somebody fact check that for me and comment down below. If it was to the Pistons, honestly, I don't blame him, because somehow this year all the great teams are losing to the Pistons. Somehow, some way, because they are, I think, 18-18, the Pistons, but all the great teams seem to be losing to the Pistons. But like I said, yesterday he was also hunting for his shot. He did it when it mattered the most. He put up 37 points, 8 assists, I think with 7 boards. But he did it when it mattered the most. He did it in a way where it was potent, where, you know, it kind of broke the Clippers back and it forced the Clippers to have to respond. And then he also found ways to get the ball to his teammates when it mattered the most. I mean, there was times where he got the ball, the specific play, forget times. He got the ball to Jaden McDaniels at the end of the game when they needed a clutch 3 and he believed in him and he hit that shot. When Edwards, being who he is and the gifted talent he is and how much of a talented offensive player he is, he could shoot it over whoever's guarding him and take a contested shot and maybe make it. But obviously that's not the best shot to get. That's not the best play. So he passed it. Jaden McDaniels hits the 3 and the whole Timberwolves bench and team was happy for him. And it was a time when they needed it the most. Back to the game, 3rd quarter, Timberwolves fight back and made it a game. At a certain point, they even went up by like 11 points, which was their largest lead of the game. They turned it up in the, I think it was like late 2nd quarter, 3rd quarter, came back. 4th quarter, Clippers fought back. I mean, we knew this team wasn't going to roll over. We knew they weren't going to just bitch out and be like, ah, yeah, I got the win. We knew that wasn't going to happen. Not with this Clippers team. Somehow this year, they're making a way. Even though Paul George left them, even though Kawhi didn't play for most of the year, he just came back, I think 2 games ago. Yeah, it was 2 games ago. They've been making a way. They've been playing really good. They've been playing great as a team. And this is something the Clippers been doing for a while. Ty Lue got them playing together, whether there's a all-star on the court or not, whether there's Kawhi or not, whether there's 2 of them or not. Somehow, some way, they come together and they make it work during the regular season. And then their stars come in whenever they need them. And that's what Kawhi's been doing. And in the first half, Kawhi was there. They were doing great. Around like when Kawhi sat down, I want to say the Clippers kind of lost control over the game. And the 4th quarter, they fought back. Couple of clutch shots, couple of amazing plays and stops that they got in the 4th quarter. I think they even took the lead once. But then, like I said, Anthony Edwards turned it up. He started hitting shots. He started making plays, being dominant. And they had no response for him. And he did whatever he wanted. He got any shot he wanted, whether it was for him or someone else on the team. He performed. Then they played the free throw game. Amazing play at the end. Kevin Porter, and one, goes to shoot the free throw. Great miss, amazing miss. They just couldn't get the ball and put it back. They missed it, and the ball just went to the Timberwolves. At a certain point in the first half, I think it was first half or third quarter, Mike Conley went on a streak where he scored 8 of the Timberwolves points back to back to back. I mean, this Timberwolves team did this game as a group. They got this game as a collective. It wasn't just the Anthony Edwards show. It wasn't the Julius Randle show. In fact, Julius Randle didn't even play that good. I think he was like 2 for 10. But he was there, and he played the game, and he didn't cause them the loss. He actually won the game with them, and he didn't affect it in any negative way. He just had a bad night. And this might be the place for Julius Randle. This might be the place where he thrives and he actually belongs and will merge into their system. Clippers, honestly, try to keep Kawhi healthy. Eventually, things are going to go your way. Things have been going your way, but things will just get like a lot more smoother for y'all. Just be patient. Ty Lue seems like he knows what he's doing with Kawhi. Even though y'all lost the game, even though, it came down to a 2-point game, whatever, he kept Kawhi out. He stuck to his word, and Kawhi got his rest. And it seemed like he's managing Kawhi more than anything. And if I was him, I would do the same. There's no point to panic. So what? We might not be first anyways, but let's stay in the playoff seeding, and then we'll get Kawhi in whenever Kawhi is healthy to be in, and we will use him when we need him. Eventually, it's going to work. I mean, if the Sixers could do it with Embiid, then we could do it with Kawhi. And speaking about Embiid, Suns go up against the Sixers yesterday, and this game was a grind. I mean, at the end of the third quarter, I think it was like a 80 to 70 point game. Like, it was a low scoring game for a while. Embiid didn't play. Honestly, that hurt the Sixers. And I want to give credit to the Suns for winning, but the fact that they struggled to a team without Joel Embiid kind of makes me not want to give them the credit. And Paul George also struggled. He had like 13 points and 9 boards, almost had a double-double, but 13 points from Paul George is a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. That's a bad game in Paul George standards. Maybe this year that might be a decent game from him, but from what I know from Paul George, that's a bad game. So from a Phoenix Suns team that has been struggling, and they came out and won this game, good for you. Congratulations. You finally got a win after a 4-game losing streak. Let's see if you can beat the Hornets tonight. If you can't, then GG's. The issue is Tyrese Maxey had 30 points. And I think he had a double-double. Yes, he did. He had 10 assists. Kelly Oubre Jr. had 26 points. And you had Devin Booker with 10 points, 10 assists. That's a double-double, but 10 points from D-Book is kind of crazy. Kevin Durant, 20-something points. I believe it was 23. But he also did everything else that the Suns needed from him. He played defense. He did everything the Phoenix Suns needed from him on both sides of the court. And he hit timely buckets. He hit shots that we know he should have been hitting from the beginning. Shots Kevin Durant makes down the stretch. And he made those last night. Bradley Beal came off the bench and performed. Honestly, this might be what we needed the whole season. Bradley Beal might need to come off the bench moving forward for the rest of the season, and this might be the way the Suns get right back in it. The Suns need bench scoring. They need defense. They need a better center. But for right now, this might work. Bradley Beal coming off the bench but still getting significant time. Yusuf Nurkic coming off the bench. This might work. It could keep them afloat, and it gives you more space in your starting lineup and in your bench lineup to play more guys that can play defense, like a Josh Okogie, like a Ryan Dunn, like Royce O'Neal when he comes back. You could play, there's another rookie. I never know how to say his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I don't know how to say his name. But these type of guys that are going to go out there, do the dirty work, they're going to go out there and play defense for you while you have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker scoring, while you have Bradley Beal coming off the bench and scoring. And it's great because now you could manage the time between the 3 scorers, and it's not like you have 3 scorers on the court and somebody has to sacrifice. No. Now you can make time. You can space it out. You can have 2 on the court at all times, and it's going to work for you. Be patient. Figure it out. Yesterday, you won. Even though Joel Embiid wasn't there, a win is a win, and you just gotta learn and move forward. And it's better to learn from a win than to learn from a loss, like the Sixers are going to be doing. Sixers, honestly, their defense just wasn't really there. And then you consider the fact that you had some plays that didn't go their way. They had some turnovers that they made themselves. They had it just wasn't their night. They had an off night as an entire team. Joel Embiid needs to come back for them. I don't know exactly why he wasn't playing. Maybe, I don't know if they were coming off a back-to-back or they have a back-to-back tonight. But Joel Embiid wasn't there. I feel like that would have changed the game. Well, I almost know that would change the game for them. There's no way possible that wouldn't have changed the game and outcome of the game for them. Like I said, a win is a win for the Suns. Move forward, keep it pushing, and hopefully brighter days in front of you. And the decision to have Bradley Beal come off the bench might have saved the season. Also the decision to have Yusuf Nurkic come off the bench might have been amazing for you as well. You need some type of defense in the starting lineup. You need more space. And if you could trade Yusuf Nurkic and get a better center that plays defense, that would be great. Because I also don't like the fact that Plumlee is starting on the Phoenix Suns in 2025 as a center. I don't like the fact that he's even in the center rotation. Like, not that I don't want him to play at all, but if he's coming off the bench to a great center or somebody that can play defense, okay, cool. But if we're rotating between Plumlee and Nurkic, that's not a great look. Bradley Beal, I don't want to say trade him. He might be able to keep him. You might be able to keep him. If he plays like last night every night and you could just find some better pieces, you might be able to just save your season. I might just say keep him. But you need to find a way to make this team better. Then we had the Heat Kings game. Like I said, I didn't really watch this game that much. I kind of stay away from watching the Heat this season. I don't really like the Heat too much unless they're playing a game that I know should be great. But I thought the Kings were going to come out here and just smoke the Heat and just go crazy on them. Not what happened. Kings took a lead in the first half. They were down in the first quarter but bounced back. Ended the half up, I think, like 3 points. And then, everything. Yeah, I watched the game. Everything came together. It was an amazing game. We went to 2 overtimes. I don't think that's happened this whole entire season. And then when you look at a double overtime game, you would think somebody had like 40, 50 points. No. Everybody kind of had like regular points, but just did a little bit more. And it was amazing. Like, DeMar had like 30 points. And then Murray had, not Jamal Murray, I think it was Keegan Murray. So I hope y'all don't think it's Jamal Murray. He had 14 and 12, I think. Double-double. Sabonis, a triple-double. Now, that one was amazing. Everybody just did their part. Everybody did what they were supposed to do, and they pulled out the win. DeRozan with an amazing shot at the end. That was amazing. I'm not going to lie to you. But we know DeRozan is clutch. I mean, we've seen him hit a couple of shots that were like, damn, he hit that. Especially when he was playing on the Bulls. I mean, you could go back to the Raptor days, to Spurs days, but on the Bulls, we've seen him really do that. So the fact that he did this on the Kings didn't really shock me, but amazing shot from him. They're doing this without Fox. I hope Fox is good because I think it's his second game he missed. I hope it's nothing serious. I hope he's not injured. I hope he's not out for a while, but yeah, they should figure it out soon. I mean, the Kings look good since they fired their coach. So I take back everything I said. And they should be all right. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for coming out to the locker room. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Real Talk with E. Safety.